So I'm going to try and show how to do some of this stuff on the Kwak-8. We've got the basic website here. The main thing that we need to look at is the documentation, where they have the I/O registers, which I'll open up in a new tab. We've got all of these. So the main ones to note are probably these ones up here to begin with, which let you draw simple stuff to the screen. So the other part is we have the in-browser assembler. At the moment this is running in a frame. You can see it says frame version. We've actually got another one over here which is just running on the static site, so you don't have to have it in a frame if you want. And this is the most simple program that you can do, really. It's assembly, it's got definitions, it's got the very simple ones which says X high, X low, Y high things, just mapped to registers, and the traditional assembly low and high functions are defined here. And macros for instructions that have synonyms in other instructions. So logical shift left for any register is the same as adding the register to itself. So those are the simple little macros. And the other one here is the names of the defined I/O ports and the various parameters that they take. In this program includes those two, and then say start at 0, and we init the program with this, which is macro itself. It sets the stack pointer up to be wherever the end of the RAM is. The RAM end is probably defined in here somewhere. Yeah, there. So it's got 64K, so that's where the RAM end is. And then we've got another macro here, which is vwait, and then jump back to the main loop. So there's a simple program. It does pretty much nothing other than sets up the stack and waits for vsync. Now we'll have a look at the assembly that it generates, and it's a very small program. You see here, there's the jump back to the main loop. So it's the entire program comes down to that, I think. Oh no, there's also this bit which is the check for vsync. So if I run it, it's not doing anything, but if we step it, you see it's in the vsync loop. And you see here, it just has a register in port that says what frame number it's on, and it just reads that until it changes. So we're on another frame now, return. So if I just step that back, end it there, then it goes back to the main loop, and then it'll do it again. So if I reset it, go back to the start, this is the bit that sets up the stack. The stack is port addressed as well, 3D, 3E, 3F, and it just puts 255 into all of those. Well, puts 255 in the first two, 0 into the other, so it's at 64K. If we want to actually make a program that does something, we'll start by reading some input. And if we have a look at the Kwak-8 registers, we have mouse X and mouse Y registers. So we've got the mouse X and Y coordinates in registers. Now we just need to put something on the screen so we can see it. So I'm going to output some stuff. Now to write individual pixels, we can do so with the serial pixel write values, which has 3 values here, low, medium and high. So I'm just going to cut that. And say R24 into there, and then medium, and then we need to actually write something to that, so I'm going to put a 1 into R16, and what I'm going to use is serial pixel add, which will add a color to the display. So, and 16. Then it puts a pixel on the screen, but we need to be able to see it, which is kind of a page flip sort of thing, but it's just so the emulator knows when to put what you've drawn onto the browser screen, which is the value for it is in, we're going into this one, but we're using a parameter which is this one. So this is the parameter, and then we're outing it to that other port, which is the frame buffer control. So the show display says we're going to show it, frame buffer control, putting the R16 with show display in it means show to the display. So hopefully that's a little program. Oh. Maybe I'll fix the error. So you can draw pixels with the mouse pointer. Now I just reset it to show you what I can do. Actually write with it, kind of. But one of the things you'll note is that where the mouse goes on is not where we see the stuff. In fact, it's only drawing in the top half of the screen. And the reason for that is if we look at the documentation, actually it'd probably get better to look at the overview. It says here, display buffer area is 512 by 392. So, because it's 512 pixels wide, then just writing in that, R24 goes up to 255, and then R25 just being added on to the end basically means that we're drawing half the pixels on the left side of the frame buffer and the other half on the right side of the frame buffer where we can't see them. So really we just need to shift that R25 to the left one bit. Now it has a chance that it'll go off the end of the register and into the next one, so what we'll do is logical shift left R25 and move it, but I need somewhere to put a new register, so let's just clear 24 because we've just used it, we don't need it now, and then so that means if the top bit of R25 is set, then it just rolls around into R24, which has been cleared, so it only contains one bit. That there does the medium one, and if we've got one more bit for the high, then we can put that into R24 and we can do it. If we run that, then you'll note that when the mouse pointer goes onto the screen, it actually turns up where the mouse pointer actually is, and we can draw to the entire screen area. So that's the basics of doing a program. Now we probably want to make that a bit more usable, so what I'm going to actually put up at the top here is a macro. Macros are written like this, give them a name. Set pixel cursor, and then end macro to end it, and I'll go give 2 registers as parameters, and really we're just doing this code here. So let's stick that up there. Change R24 to xreg and R25 to yreg. Strictly speaking, this isn't xreg by the time it gets cleared, but it's still the same register, so that will work. Go. Oops, spelling error. What's the error there? Expected register found. Oh, this is the R24, R25. Xreg and yreg there. So it does the same thing, only now the core of our program just grabs the input from the mouse, sets the pixel cursor, does the add to the screen, puts it on screen. So that's probably reasonable for a start. I'll try and do another video very shortly.